What's up again, YouTube family? This is Tino again. I just wanted to come to you really quickly to show you how to mix color enhancements. So these are going to be intended to be sprayed out of an air gun. I like my cordless compressor with the master airbrush on it. But really quickly, so what I like to do is mix 1 part semi-permanent hair color with 2 parts alcohol. So I use 70% rubbing alcohol, just the regular kind that you get at the dollar store, the drugstore, wherever. So what we're gonna do is, I like to do 1-to-1 of black with brown. So just make sure they're both semi-permanent and that they're ones that don't have ammonia. And I'll go ahead and put half of the black in here, about halfway to the line. And I shook it around a little bit, that's why it looks like there's more black. And then I'll fill it up the rest of the way. With brown. So the idea is to get it thin enough to spray out of the air gun and to the consistency that you like it, for it to be able to spray on the amount of layers that you want, to not make it look too thick, to make it look, but also make it as dark as you want while balancing your time. So that ratio is gonna look a little bit different per any person who is mixing there. Make sure the cap, I hope you can see it, you can kind of see through it. But just make sure the cap is all the way on, because I've shaken it up and gotten black color all over everything before. And same thing with opening it up, because sometimes it likes to shoot out. So we got a 1-to-2 ratio with black and brown. I roll paper towel just so I can show you how it comes out. Okay, hold on, let's see. So I'll drip some on here. And that feels a little bit thick. I don't know if that was just a glob from the very top, but let's do another one, because that feels a little bit thick. I'm gonna shake it up some more, because it was a little bit clumpy. And airbrushes don't like clumps. Some of them barely like to pass alcohol through them. If you mix this with water, it'll be a little bit thicker, and it'll be a little bit more difficult for it to come out of your airbrush, and it might get clogged more often. So I'm adding a little bit more alcohol, just because I felt like that was really clumpy, and I don't want my airbrush to get clogged. So I hope this helps somebody. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, TikTok. We'll be doing some stuff, but I just want to see how that bubbled up. Sometimes it like shoots out. See, that's a little bit better. I want it to still drip and not be quite clumpy. So I'm just gonna put some in my airbrush. I don't know if you can hear that. It sounds like it's having trouble coming out. Just a little bit. But I was adjusting my airbrush a second ago, so I don't know if that's my airbrush or if that's this being a little bit too clumpy. So I'm just gonna move this back a tiny bit. The needle and my airbrush. Move it back a tiny bit to see what it does when it's all the way open. See, you can hear it kind of sputtering, I guess. I don't want it to sound like that. I want it to come out evenly. So it's still a little bit too thick. I'm gonna add a little bit more alcohol until I get a clean and consistent look. See, it's kind of spotty, splotchy. And with the master airbrushes, they're usually pretty good with having everything come out pretty clean when you have the right mixture. Yeah, you can see that's still a little bit thick. So this is where we're at. You can see it in the bottom. It started off with about that much of the hair color, the semi-permanent hair dye. You could probably wear gloves when you do this, just so you don't get it on your hands, but it comes off pretty easily with alcohol too. So I'm not wearing gloves at the moment. Mix this one more time. Shake this up. There we go. Now we don't have any clumps. I'll clean this out with alcohol first. So I'll clean out my airbrush a little bit. See, can you hear the difference? How it's coming out, this is just like mostly alcohol. How it's coming out a lot more clean and it's not sputtering. You don't want it to sound like that. That's how you want it to come out pretty crisp and clean. I wanna grab a shop towel. Okay, here you go. Get the rest of what's in the bowl out. A little bit of our solution in there. So that'll come out, it looks pretty good. If you come out here, if you're using an enhancement card or something like that, you may use it from a further distance. I mean, you know, the closer you get, it's just about like using a regular airbrush now. So I want mine pretty much as thick as I can get it without having any types of sputtering issues. I want it to come out all smooth. And I usually don't just let the lever slap back like that because then you get little droplets. So you'll figure it out as you go, using your airbrush and what you prefer for your clients. But that black brown typically looks pretty natural when you get it to come out consistently. I don't know if you can see that. And you can put on a lighter coat, and I'll do a darker line. hope this helps. Got Kiss Express, and then Beijing has some different semi-permanent hair dyes. You can find most of them at a beauty supply store, or you can order them online. They're normally about $6, so I'm sure you could imagine that could go a long way. If this helped at all, let me know. Like, subscribe, send me a message. Appreciate it. Then I'll talk to you soon. All right, later.